Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about Stoicism and the 10 lessons that many men learn too late in life. Lesson 1. Control is an illusion. The scene opens with a man trying to take charge of a work situation, tensely attempting to control every aspect of the project. It's evident that he's under stress, struggling to oversee everything that's happening. Voiceover. The first lesson of Stoicism: control is an illusion. The video then shows how this man gradually realizes that not everything in his life is within his control. He starts changing his perspective on situations, understanding that he can't control external circumstances or other people's reactions. Instead, he focuses on what he can control: his thoughts, emotions, and reactions to what's happening. Viewers witness changes in his approach. He becomes calmer and more balanced, accepting the inevitable variables and not losing control over his inner state. This lesson in Stoicism becomes pivotal for him in gaining inner peace and wisdom. The conclusion of this part of the video emphasizes that understanding that control is an illusion helps the man free himself from excessive stress and concentrate on what truly matters and influences his life. Lesson 2. Accept help and support. The scene unfolds with a man frequently facing problems but refusing help, striving to solve everything independently. He suffers from work overload and a sense of isolation because he doesn't accept offered assistance from colleagues or friends. Voiceover. The second lesson of Stoicism, accepting help and support, doesn't signify weakness. Subsequent scenes illustrate how he gradually begins to change his attitude. He realizes that accepting help doesn't make him less competent or weak. Instead, it's a sign of wisdom and strength, acknowledging that one cannot always manage alone and that the support of others is valuable. Viewers see how he starts accepting help from those around him and how it transforms his life. He becomes more productive, feels greater confidence, and improves his relationships with others, understanding that together they can achieve greater results. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that the ability to accept support is not a sign of weakness, but of maturity and wisdom, helping the man not only to solve problems more effectively, but also to build stronger connections with those around him. Lesson 3. Relationships over truth. The scene opens with a man persistently sticking to his own point of view in an argument or conflict, even if it creates tension in relationships with loved ones. He strives to convince those around him of his correctness, disregarding potential consequences for the relationships. Voiceover. The third lesson of Stoicism: relationships are more important than truth. Subsequently, the viewer sees how the man starts to change his approach to situations. He realizes that preserving relationships is more important than striving to prove his point. Instead of insisting on his perspective, he focuses more on maintaining harmony and respect in relationships. In the following scenes, he shows more empathy and understanding, even if it means conceding in an argument or not being right. This helps him strengthen bonds with those around him, fostering warmer and more trusting relationships. The conclusion of this part of the video emphasizes that understanding that relationships are more important than the pursuit of truth helps create more harmonious and supportive connections, which are key factors for happiness and satisfaction in life. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that the ability to accept support is not a sign of weakness, but of maturity and wisdom, helping the man not only to solve problems more effectively, but also to build stronger connections with those around him. Lesson 4. Strength in vulnerability. The scene unfolds with a man attempting to suppress his emotions and hide his vulnerability, considering it a sign of weakness. He avoids expressing his feelings and strives to appear strong in the eyes of those around him. Voiceover. The fourth lesson of Stoicism: strength lies in being vulnerable. Gradually, the scenes depict his transformation. He realizes that showing vulnerability is not a defeat but a display of strength and sincerity. He starts openly expressing his feelings and emotions, without hesitation to be vulnerable in front of loved ones. Viewers witness how this leads to an improvement in his relationships with those around him. His openness brings more closeness and understanding in relationships, aiding him in dealing with emotional difficulties in a healthier manner. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that embracing one's vulnerability is a sign of true strength. It not only strengthens relationships but also enriches personal life with deeper and more sincere interactions. The conclusion of this part of the video emphasizes that understanding that relationships are more important than the pursuit of truth helps create more harmonious and supportive connections, which are key factors for happiness and satisfaction in life. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that the ability to accept support is not a sign of weakness, but of maturity and wisdom, helping the man not only to solve problems more effectively, but also to build stronger connections with those around him. Lesson 5. Solitude is valuable. The scene opens with a man engrossed in work and responsibilities, constantly surrounded by people or engaged in social activities. He is always amidst company, not sparing time for solitude or introspection. Voiceover. The fifth lesson of Stoicism. Solitude is not a loss but an opportunity for inner development. Subsequently, we witness a change in his lifestyle. He begins to allocate time for solitude, cherishing moments spent alone. This allows him to analyze his thoughts, experiences, values, and goals. Viewers see how these moments enable him to better understand himself, his desires, and needs. Solitude becomes a time for inner growth and tranquility, aiding him in handling everyday stresses more effectively. The conclusion of this segment emphasizes that time spent in solitude is not a loss, but, on the contrary, a valuable experience for personal development and self-understanding. Lesson 6. Value simple moments. The scene portrays a man engrossed in constant tasks and aspiring for material success. He overlooks moments of simple happiness such as the smiles of loved ones, tranquil conversations, or merely being present in the moment. Voiceover. The sixth lesson of Stoicism. The value of simple moments with loved ones. Then, we witness his transformation as he begins to cherish life's simple moments. He pays attention to the little things, the smiles of loved ones, a cup of coffee in the sun, quiet evenings with family. He finds joy in every moment and learns to savor life's simple pleasures. Viewers observe how this changes his perspective on life. He becomes more mindful, valuing these simple yet significant moments, making him more appreciative and content. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that the value of simple moments with loved ones is crucial for our emotional well-being and happiness. These simple joys enrich our lives and make them more fulfilling and abundant. 7. Lesson 7. Happiness is here and now. The scene opens with a man who consistently defers his happiness to the future. He often thinks that he will be happy when he achieves a certain goal, gets a promotion, or accomplishes something specific. Voiceover. The seventh lesson of Stoicism, happiness is here and now. Gradually, it becomes evident how he starts altering his perspective on happiness. He realizes that true happiness lies in the present moment, in the ability to relish each day, every moment. He starts to appreciate each day, finding joy in simple things. Viewers witness how this new approach to happiness makes him more content and fulfilled in his everyday life. He comprehends that joy and well-being are not contingent on external circumstances, but rather on his internal disposition and ability to relish the moment. The conclusion of this part of the video underscores that the ability to savor the present moment, appreciate the present, and find joy in simple pleasures are the keys to genuine happiness and satisfaction in life. Lesson 8. Embrace change. The scene introduces a man who tries to avoid change in his life. He feels discomfort and uncertainty towards alterations, preferring the established order of things. Voiceover. The eighth lesson of Stoicism, embracing change, is key to inner peace. Subsequently, the viewer witnesses his shifting perspective on change. He understands that avoiding change is impossible. It's inevitable and natural in life. Instead of resisting, he learns to embrace change, seeing it as an opportunity for growth and new possibilities. Gradually, he becomes more open to change, accepting it as part of life. This enables him to feel more inner peace, as he finds tranquility in change rather than fighting against it. The conclusion of this segment emphasizes that the ability to embrace change is a crucial skill that helps maintain inner peace and readiness to adapt to the inevitable changes inherent in our lives. 9. Lesson 9. Kindness is true strength. The scene portrays a man who believes that showing kindness and compassion signifies weakness. He tries to suppress these qualities, aiming for toughness and inflexibility in everyday life. Voiceover. The 9th lesson of Stoicism, kindness, is genuine strength. Gradually, we see him beginning to shift his perspective. He realizes that displaying kindness and compassion isn't a sign of weakness, but of true strength. He starts actively showing care for others, being a support to those around him, and genuinely assisting those in need. Viewers witness how this new aspect of his character makes him stronger not only in the eyes of others, but also in his own eyes. He understands that practicing kindness brings profound satisfaction and makes him more whole as a person. The conclusion of this segment underscores that kindness and compassion do not weaken but rather strengthen a person, providing confidence and making life more meaningful. Lesson 10. Live virtuously. The scene unfolds with a man frequently choosing the path of instant gratification, ignoring his long-term values and principles. He encounters problems due to his indiscriminate choices and pursuit of immediate satisfaction. Voiceover. The 10th lesson of Stoicism. Live virtuously. Then, he begins to change his lifestyle, paying more attention to his values and principles. He realizes that true happiness and fulfillment come from living according to his beliefs, demonstrating honesty, compassion, tolerance, and other virtues. Viewers see how these changes in his behavior lead to strengthening his inner resilience and harmony. Embracing virtue becomes not just a code of conduct, but a way of life for him, making him more balanced and happy. The conclusion of this part of the video emphasizes that living in accordance with virtue is the key to genuine well-being, inner peace, and harmony. Adhering to these Stoic principles helps the man create a more satisfying and purposeful life. The conclusion of this segment underscores that kindness and compassion do not weaken but rather strengthen a person, providing confidence and making life more meaningful. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the profound teachings of Stoicism. These 10 lessons encapsulate invaluable wisdom that often comes to us later in life. Stoicism, with its timeless principles, enlightens us about embracing change, finding strength in vulnerability, and discovering happiness in the present moment. At Stoic Sparks, we believe that understanding these lessons isn't just about acquiring knowledge, it's about integrating these philosophies into our daily lives. By applying these teachings, we can foster resilience, nurture stronger relationships, and live more purposefully. Remember, Stoicism isn't merely a historical philosophy, it's a guiding light for modern living. So, let's embark on this ongoing journey together, embracing these timeless lessons to ignite the sparks of wisdom within ourselves. Stay tuned for more insights and discussions on Stoicism and its transformative power here on Stoic Sparks.